Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjanam Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. Gurave Gaurachandraya Radhikaya Tadalaye Krishnaya Krishna Bhaktaya Tadbhaktaya Namo Namaha. Narayanam Gurum Vande Sharanyam Bhakta Bandhavam Gauramanubhishtam Purnam Radhadasyam Pradayakam Rupanugacharya Varyam Rupamanjari Preshtakam Patita Pavana Karuniyam Yugacharya Narayanam Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Papanibhyo Vaishnavibhyo Namo Namaha. Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namni Gaura Tuise Namaha. Shama Sundara Shikanda Shekara Izmirahasara Murali Manohara Radhikara Sikamam Kripanide Swapriya Charana Kinkarim Kuru Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanusute Devi Pranamami Haripriye Vrindai Tulasi Devyai Priyai Keshava Sacha Krishna Bhakti Prade Devi Satyavatyai Namo Namaha. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrindam. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ramo, Ramo Ramo, Hare Hare. So first of all, I begin offering my most humble obeisances to the dust of the lotus feet of Paramaradhatama, Shri Guru Pada Padma, Nitalila Pravishta Om Vishnu Pada, Shtotara Sata Sisrimad, Shila Bhakti Vedanta, Narayana Goswami Maharajam, and to my most worshipable Shiksha and Sannyasa Guru, Nitalila Pravishta Om Vishnu Pada, Shtotara Sata Sisrimad, Shri Bhakti Vigyan Bharati Goswami Maharaja, and to all Shri Rupano Gauriya Guru Varga, to all Tridandi Sannyasis, Brahmacharis, Vaishnavas, Vaishnavis, and to all the assembled devotees here today, and most respectful obeisances. So by the causeless mercy of Srila Gurudeva and all Mahabhagavatas Acharyas, we are able to assemble here one more time. Now we begin the chapter 2, Dvitya Yama Sadhanam, Pratakalya Bhajana Anartani Vriti in Sadhu Sangha. The first 6 dandas of the morning, between 6 a.m. and 8:30 a.m. Now text 1. There is no consideration of proper or improper time in regard to chanting the Lord's names, which are fully endowed with all potencies. This is described in the 2nd verse of Shri Shikshastaka. Namnamakari bahuda nija sarva shaktis tatrapitani amitai smaranena kalaha itadrishi tava kripa bhagavan mamapi durdeva midrisham vihajani nanuraga. O Bhagavan, your names bestow all auspiciousness upon the living entities. Therefore, for their benefit, you are eternally manifest as your innumerable names, such as Rama, Narayana, Krishna, Mukunda, Madhava, Govinda, and Damodar. You have invested those names with all the potencies of their respective forms. Out of your causeless mercy, you have not even imposed any restrictions on the remembrance of these names, as is the case with certain prayers and mantras that must be chanted at specific times, the Sandhya Vandana. So here Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur, he is mentioning that the Gayatris and, for example, the Arati songs, the prayers for Arati, they have to be chanted in specific times and following certain rules. So, in other words, the holy name of Bhagavan can be chanted and remembered at any time of the day or night. This is the arrangement you have made, O Prabhu, thus releasing a torrent of causeless mercy upon the jivas. But I am so unfortunate that I commit many offenses when chanting your name. Thus, no attachment for your holy name has awakened within me, even though your name is so easily accessible and bestows all good fortune. Now the commentary of Srila Gurudeva, Bhajana Rahasya. The innumerable people in this material world have many different kinds of desires. Even so, Bhagavan is supremely merciful and appears in this world as his different names to fulfill these various desires. All perfection is attained by Harinam, even if it is chanted while eating, drinking, sleeping, or moving about. Furthermore, the benefits it bestows are beyond any consideration of place, time, rules, and so forth. All of the Supreme Lord's potencies are invested in his names. So the holy names are of two kinds, primary Mukhya and secondary Gona. Names related to this material world, like Brahma, Paramatma, and Jagadisha, are the secondary or Gona Nam. And the primary names, Mukhya Nama, are divided in two types. Those who are endowed with majesty, Aishwarya, and those that overflow with sweetness, Madhurya. So names like Hari, Narayana, Vasudeva are full of opulence, Aishwarya, and names like Krishna, Madana Mohan, Govinda, Gopinath, and Radharaman are full of sweetness. So from the names of Sri Bhagavan that are related to this world, that is the secondary names, one attains sense enjoyment and liberation. From Aishwarya para names, one attains the Aishwarya Prema of Vaikuntha. And from Madhurya para names, one attains Braja Prema. The sadhaka chanting Harinam will take shelter of a specific name according to his own mood and will thus have his heart's desire fulfilled. So here we can explain that type of sense enjoyment that Gurudev is mentioning, this is to attain Swarga. So I think this is very simple. There is nothing else to explain. Now text 2. A prayer to attain attachment to the holy name is given in the 5th verse of Shri Krishna Namastaka. Agadamana Yashodanandano Nanda Suno Kamalanayana Gopichandra Vrindavanindra Pranata Karuna Krishna iti Aneka Swarupe Tvai Mamarati Ruche Vardhatam Namadhya. O Nama, possessor of inconceivable glories, may my affection for you continue to increase day and night. O Agadamana, O Yashodanandana, O Nanda Sunu, O Kamalanayana, O Gopichandra, O Vrindavanendra, O Pranata Karuna, O Krishna, you have innumerable forms. May my attachment to them always increase. So now the commentary of Srila Gurudeva, Bhajana Rahasya Vritti. As the Raganuga Sadhaka chants the holy name under the guidance of pure devotees, he prays to Nama Prabhu in great distress. O Nama Prabhu, please manifest in my heart along with your pastimes that relate with Vishnu. So now Agadamana. Agadamana means he who protected his friends by killing the demon Agasur. The word Aga means sin and Damana means to destroy. He destroys the sins in the heart of the sadhaka, making it pure, and then he himself comes to reside there. In relation to Madhurya Ras, Agadamana has another meaning. It is he whose darshan destroys the gopis' feelings of separation and thus bestow great joy upon them. So during the day, Shri Krishna Chandra goes to the forest, causing the Braja Sundaris to burn in the fire of separation from him. When he is with them at night, he relieves their burning separation from him, and he appears as pleasant as the cool moon as he enjoys many pleasurable activities in the Rasa Lila. Thus he tastes Madhurya Prema Ras. So here we can easily understand that even names who might not be connected to Madhurya Ras, they have some type of hidden meaning that somehow can reveal some connection. For example, the names of Vaikuntha, the names of the avatars, although they are Aishwaryamayi, they are endowed with opulence, still they can also have some connection with Brajendra Nandana Krishna in Vrindavan. Because everything is being originated from Krishna in Vrindavan. Krishna in Vrindavan is the source of everything. So for example, when we sing in the morning the song Vibhavari Shesha, we are speaking so many different names of Krishna according to many different pastimes, from Vaikuntha, from Ram Lila, from Krishna Lila. But we can somehow connect all of them to Braja Lila. As well as the Noon Arati, the Yashomati Nandan song. In that song also, Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur mentions so many different names from many different pastimes, even in Braj. But they can somehow be also related to Madhurya Rasa. Now the meaning of Jashoda Nandan, the son of Jashoda. All the good qualities of Krishna's affectionate mother are also found in him. Therefore, one of his names is Jashoda Nandan. Jashodadati Jashoda. In other words, Mother Yashoda is famous for her Vatsalya Bhav. The mood of this verse is, may the compassionate Jashodanandan, Krishna, who possesses the same qualities as his mother, appear in my heart. So, Jasho means fame, and Jashoda means the one who gives fame. So, in this way, Krishna, he can also be the one who gives fame to everyone. As soon as you become a pure devotee of Krishna, you also become famous because you also have all the qualities of Krishna in the same way that Krishna has all the qualities of his mother. Now the meaning of Nanda Sunu, the son of Nanda. Srimad Bhagavatam 10.8.46 states, Nanda king makarot brahman shriyayavam mahodayam yashoda cha mahabhaga papoya sastanam hari. Maharaj Parikshit inquired, what most auspicious activity did the very fortunate Nanda Baba perform? And what kind of austerity did the supremely fortunate Jashoda perform, so that the Supreme Lord himself drank her breast milk with his lotus mouth? So by chanting this name of Krishna, the sadhaka prays, may the son of the supremely munificent and most fortunate Nanda Maharaja, Nandanandana Shri Krishna, shower his mercy upon me. I can also say that the word Nanda means Ananda, means bliss. So Krishna, he is embodiment of bliss. Now the meaning of Kamalanayana, lotus-eyed one. May Kamalanayana Shri Krishna, whose half-closed eyes resemble a red lotus due to his nocturnal amorous pastimes with his beloved Vrajadevis in the Nikunjas, manifest within my heart. Because Krishna, he stays awake for the whole night, his eyes becomes reddish because he has, not rest properly. So therefore his eyes is like half closed and reddish are being compared to the lotus. Now the meaning of Gopi Chandra, the moon of the gopis. When Shri Krishna sees the rising full moon, remembrance of the moon-like faces of the Brajadevis awakens in his heart. So we can also think that as the moon is rising in the horizon, in the same way, this Gopi Bhav also may arise in my heart. Therefore, this is called Gopi Chandra, the moon of the gopis. The meaning of Vrindavanendra, the Lord of Vrindavan. This refers to he who makes the inhabitants of Vrindavan blissful and his unique quality of Prema Madhurya. By his unique quality of Prema Madhurya. So, what is the meaning of being Lord? Lord is the one who controls others. This word Indra means controller, like Vrindavan Indra. He's the controller of Vrindavan. So how can you control someone? What is the best way to control? Control by love. So therefore, Krishna is Vrindavan Indra because he is giving this Prema Madhurya to everyone. Now the meaning of Pranata Karuna. He who is merciful to the surrendered. Shri Krishna displays his mercy and compassion to those who are surrendered to him by making them taste his Charnamrita. Remembering the mercy Kaliya Naga received when Shri Krishna placed his lotus feet on Kaliya's heads, the gopis sing, Pranata Dehinam Papa Karshanam. Your lotus feet destroy the past sins of all souls who surrender unto them. So here he's saying that Krishna, he gives his mercy by making the devotees taste his Charnamrita, means the nectar of his lotus feet. And what is the nectar in the lotus feet of Krishna? When Krishna places his lotus feet on the breast of the gopis, and his feet gets stained by the kumkum, which was decorating the breast of the gopis, then that is the nectar in Krishna's lotus feet. In other words, Krishna makes the devotees to taste the Gopi Bhav. Now the meaning of the name Krishna. This name is derived from the verbal root Krish, meaning to attract. Krishna attracts everyone with his prema madhurya, and in this way bestows the bliss of divine love upon them. Devotees pray according to their transcendental sentiments. Thus the Supreme Lord appears to them according to their prayers and makes them joyful. The sadhaka chants a specific name of the Supreme Lord to increase his attachment to Nama Prabhu. So what is the real meaning of this explained in this commentary of Srila Gurudev? So when Srila Gurudev says the sadhaka has to chant a specific name. He's saying that sadhaka means those who are practicing already understanding what is their goal of bhajan. So it means they chant with sambandha jnana. They chant already knowing what type of Ishtadeva they want to realize. And all this subject is being discussed very deeply in Brihad Bhagavatamrita. In the beginning, when you are not being proper guided by Gurudev and you have not yet understood what is your Ishtadev, then you can chant all types of names of Krishna. No problem. But this is not called sadhana. Okay, this is only spiritual activity. But as soon as you receive a guidance from Gurudev, so to how to awake, how to manifest your Swarupa, you have to chant specific names of Krishna which are related to your Ishtadeva. Okay? Therefore, Gurudev is saying the sadhaka chants a specific name of the Supreme Lord to increase his attachment. Increase his attachment for his Ishtadeva. And also to Nama Prabhu. Because if you chant names which are not tasteful for you, then you lose interest in chanting. So in order to increase your desire for chanting, you have to chant those names who are very tasteful for you. In this way, you can progress quickly in your spiritual path. This is now in the first chapter of Bhajana Rahasya, we have established the Tattva Siddhanta of holy names. But now from second verse onwards, we are going to dive more into the rasa vichar of the holy names. It means the aspects of rasa, means the mellows of the holy names. Text 3. Shri Krishna has invested all potencies in his name. The Skanda Purana states that whatever potency to nullify sins or bestow auspiciousness found in charity, vows, austerities, pilgrimage, the Rajasuya and Ashwamedha sacrifices, knowledge of transcendental objects, and so forth, has been invested by Shri Krishna in his holy names. That is the primary names. Now the commentary of Srila Gurudeva, Bhajana Rahasya Vritti. The glories of the holy name are described in this text. Nama Prabhu easily bestows sense enjoyment, bhukti, and liberation, mukti. The mass of sins that are nullified by the performance of charity, vows, austerities, fire sacrifices, horse sacrifices, and so forth, are destroyed by the mere semblance of Nama Prabhu, means Namabhasa. So the results obtained by those desiring liberation and by those desiring sense enjoyment are the secondary results of Nama Sankirtan. So the main result given by Nama Prabhu is the qualification to relish Sri Bhagavan's sweetness or the nectar of prema through pure prema bhakti. Moreover, if these results are involuntarily obtained, they do not accept them, rather pay respect from a distance, they disregard them. So the lives of Srila Rupa Goswami and Srila Raghunatha Das Goswami are exemplary in this regard. So they born in very wealthy families, they had all types of material facilities, but they were never interested in enjoying those things. So automatically, when you are chanting, you are going to have all these benefits of chanting. So, but the difference is that the pure devotee, he will not accept the wealth and the material facilities for himself. He is going to use that in the service of Krishna and Vaishnavas. Now text 4. In the performance of Nama Bhajan, there is no considerations of cleanliness or uncleanliness. nor of a proper or improper time. This is corroborated in the Vaishwanara Samhita. So the verse says, in chanting the holy name, there is no rule concerning place and time, nor is there one regarding cleanliness or uncleanliness. By repeating the name Ram, or in other words, by performing Sankirtan of the Mahamantra, the topmost liberation means Prema Bhakti is obtained. So now the commentary of Srila Gurudeva Bhajana Rahasya Vritti. When chanting the eternally perfect, transcendental holy name, there are no rules regarding place, time, and so forth. In the performance of austerities and fire sacrifices, one has to follow rules prescribed by the Vedas. But the holy name can be chanted under any circumstance, whether one is in a pure or impure state. By his own strength, Nama Prabhu purifies the heart of the sadhaka. So this was what we discussed a few meetings ago, that although you are chanting Nama Parad, but the name is not contaminated, you are contaminated. So the name is going to purify you by that. So here Gurudev is saying, by his own strength, Nama Prabhu is going to purify the heart of the sadhaka. So I gave the example of the pollution which is being discharged inside of the Yamuna river. If you stop putting that pollution, that dirty water in the Yamuna, by its own flow and power, the water will become clean again. So in the same way, if you stop making offenses, automatically Nama Prabhu is going to purify that state of Namaparad and is going to Namabhas and Shuddhanam naturally. Now, the story of Gopala Guru Goswami is noteworthy in this context. A young boy named Gopal was staying with Sriman Mahaprabhu and serving him. One day, as Mahaprabhu was going to the latrine, he caught hold of his tongue with his hand. When Gopal asked why he was doing this, Mahaprabhu replied, "My tongue never gives up chanting Harinam. So when I am in an impure condition, I must restrain it." The boy Gopala then asked, if someone were to die at such a moment, or inside the latrine, or in the hospital passing stool, what would happen to him? So hearing this, Mahaprabhu praised the boy and said, "What you say is true. One should not consider cleanliness and uncleanness and so forth when chanting the immeasurably powerful names of Hari. So from today, your name is Gopala Guru." Of course, Mahaprabhu, he knows the truth, but he is performing pastimes so that the glories of the Vaishnavas are going to be manifested. Now, text 5. The characteristics of misfortune are described in Srimad Bhagavatam 3.9.7. Daivenati hattadyo bhavata prasangat sarva shubho pasamanad vimukhendriyaye kurvanti kama sukkalesha lavayadina lobha vibhuta manaso kushalani shashvat. Those persons who refrain from the hearing and chanting of your glories, which destroys all misfortune, and instead always engage in inauspicious activities, being obsessed with the desire for a particle of material sense enjoyment, are certainly wretched, for fate has stolen away their intelligence. We can see that even one type of Namaparada is to continue searching for material enjoyment, even though you have heard about the glories of Harinam and you are not chanting properly. So, and this verse says very clear that when a person is deviating from the spiritual goal of attaining Prema Bhakti and is trying to enjoy small things in this world, it means that his intelligence was being stolen by something, by some type of reaction. So intelligence means that you understand that you have to chant the holy names and you have to aspire for Prema Bhakti. Now the commentary of Srila Gurudeva Bhajana Rahasya Vritti. Glorifying the Supreme Lord, Brahma says, those persons who are averse to hearing narrations about Sri Bhagavan and Bhakti, and who continuously perform inauspicious activities, being engrossed in worthless sense gratification, are unfortunate and bereft of good intelligence. Prahlada Maharaj also says, a living entity who is attached to his home because of his undisciplined senses, enters the deepest of hells. The intelligence of one who again and again chews the happiness and distress that has already been chewed can never become pure. One who is absorbed in karma kanda by following the honey-filled statements of the Vedas will be bound by the long rope of the Vedas. The only means for lustful living entities to become liberated is to immerse themselves in the dust of the lotus feet of a great Niskinchana Paramahamsa Vaishnava. Rajobhishekam, you have to bathe yourself in the dust of the lotus feet of the pure Vaishnavas. Means if you want to overcome lust, you have to take full shelter of a pure Vaishnava. You see here, Gurudev is not saying that you have to chant the holy names, because even that will not be helpful. You have to take shelter of a pure devotee and then chant. Then it's possible. Otherwise, Gurudev says that the tentacles of the Vedas, of Karma Kanda section of the Vedas, like a tentacle, and is grabbing you and is holding you in sense gratification. So the only way to cut all these chains and ropes that are binding you to material attachment is to take shelter of the pure devotee of Krishna. Now text 6. In Srimad Bhagavatam 174 till 6, it is stated, Bhakti Yogena Manasi Samyak Pranihite Male Apashyat Purusham Purnam Mayam Chadata Pashrayam Yaya Samohito Jiva Atmanam Trigunatmakam Paropi Manutenartam Tatkritam Chabi Padaye Anarto Pashanam Sakshat Bhakti Yogam Adokshaje Lokashaya Janato Vidvams Chakri Sattvata Samhita. With a pure heart, Shri Krishna Dvipayana Vedavyasa became absorbed in meditation through the process of Bhakti Yoga. He thus saw the Supreme Person, Shri Krishna, along with his external energy, Maya, which was far away from him, but under the control of Krishna. Due to this Maya, the conditioned living entity, Badajiva, forgets his service to Krishna and becomes affected by anarthas. Although transcendental to the three modes of material nature, the living entity who is bewildered by Maya considers himself a material product. He thus identifies himself with this body and considers that which is related to it to be his. The infinitesimal living entity can only be delivered by Krishna Bhakti Yoga, but the mass of people in the material world are ignorant of this fact. Understanding this, Sri Vyasa manifested Srimad Bhagavatam through Bhakti Yoga. Now the commentary of Srila Gurudeva, Bhajana Rahasya Vritti. Shri Krishna Dvipayana Vedavyasa manifested all the Vedas, Upanishads, Puranas, and so forth. Even though he had realization of the Supreme Absolute Truth and his sound incarnation, Shabda Brahma, he remained dissatisfied, feeling an inner lack. He inquired from Sri Narada about this, who answered, You have not described Shri Krishna's sweet pastimes and spotless glories. You should do so, and by this your heart will become satisfied. By the mercy of Sri Narada and by the means of Bhakti Yoga, Vedavyasa, with a pure heart, became absorbed in meditation and received darshan of all Sri Bhagavan's pastimes. He then manifested the Srimad Bhagavatam, the fully ripened fruit of the desired tree of the Vedic literature. The essential teaching of this incident is that when the mind of the living entity becomes pure through the practice of bhakti, then by the combined mercy of the Samvit and Ladini Shaktis, he can experience Krishna, Krishna's internal potency, Yogamaya, and his own constitutional nature, Swarupa. The object of bhajan will manifest in the heart naturally through Bhakti Yoga. Those who desire liberation through jnana and karma are deprived of realization of the complete, eternally conscious object. So the words Purusham Purnam in this text refer to Swayam Bhagavan Brajendra Nandana Shyama Sundar, who is the possessor of all potencies, and to all the residents of Braja, including the gopis. By means of Bhakti Yoga, Srila Vyasadeva saw Bhagavan's various manifestations and his three potencies, Swarup Shakti, Maya Shakti, and Jiva Shakti. Through his Swarupa Shakti, Bhagavan performs eternal transcendental pastimes. Maya Shakti has two functions: to control the jivas who are averse to Bhagavan, avaranatmika, means to cover the real knowledge, and vishekpatmika, to hurl the living entity down into the ocean of material existence. Those living entities who are controlled by material activities are moved by the desire to gratify their senses, and Maya Devi makes them dance like puppets. An argument can be raised in this connection. When Vyasadeva received darshan of the Supreme Lord's form, qualities, pastimes, and so forth, what was the purpose of his also receiving darshan of Maya? So the answer is that Vyasadeva was not an ordinary living being. So he had no familiarity with the suffering of the conditioned souls ensnared by Maya. So how then could he help them? For this reason, he also received darshan of the illusory energy. So here is a very, very important point. So how Vyasadeva could feel empathy towards the living entities, the suffering of the living entities, if he has never experienced suffering? We have to realize that Vyasadeva is an avatar of Krishna, Shaktivesh avatar. So he has no experience of Maya. He had never experienced any type of bondage, and therefore he never suffered. So the only way to understand how much suffering the living entities are facing was to also experience something of that. It's not that he became bewildered by Maya. It's not like that. But he was introduced to the power of Maya. So then he understood what Maya can do. And therefore, by extension, he realized how much suffering the living entities are experiencing. So what happened next is that all our Guru Varga, they already came to this world with this knowledge about Maya. Therefore, our real savior is Gurudev, not Krishna. Gurudev knows how much Maya can punish us. And not only that, Gurudev is also experiencing so many, sufferings of Maya. So Gurudev is getting sick. Gurudev is suffering from so many types of things. Gurudev sometimes marrying, having children. So it brings Gurudev much more closer to our reality than Krishna himself. Therefore, Gurudev is the incarnation of Krishna's mercy. That's what I mean to say. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is the most merciful incarnation of Krishna because he is playing the role of a devotee. He's living like ordinary person. Therefore, he can give more. Therefore, he is Mahavadanya. He's the greatest giver. Krishna is only Vadanya. He is only merciful. But Mahaprabhu is the most merciful. So if Krishna sees any problem, any defect, what he's going to do? He's killing the demon. But Mahaprabhu, no. Mahaprabhu is very compassionate. He's feeling that, Maya is so powerful. Maya is deluding that person. I have to save that person. And I have to give him the highest destination, the highest gift, this Prema. Therefore, if Vyasadeva wanted to really help the Badajivas, he must know to some extent how much suffering they have. Now come back to the commentary of Gurudev. The Acharyas write that the living entities who are controlled by Maya are absorbed in the three modes, devoured by great disease of material existence, and unable to taste the sweetness of Sri Bhagavan. The liberation of the living entities bound by Maya is possible only when Maya's coverings are removed. Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur explains in his commentary on this text that to cure a sick patient, an expert doctor prescribes both medicine and a good diet. The remedial measure for the conditioned living entities is the process of bhakti. The medicine is hearing Harikatha and chanting Harinam. And the diet is to stay in the association of devotees and avoid offenses. So after receiving the above-mentioned darshan, Srila Vyasa manifested Srimad Bhagavatam, the eternal authoritative scripture that is filled with all truths. He did this for the benefit of ignorant people who are devoured by the great disease of material existence. By hearing Srimad Bhagavatam, the living entities can become free from their anarthas and ignorance, and thus obtain Krishna Prema. Shri Krishna's Prema-filled transcendental pastimes with the Braja Devis are described in Srimad Bhagavatam. By hearing these narrations with faith, the living entities can again become established in their eternal dharma. Srimad Bhagavatam 10:33-36 states, Yashrutva tat paro bhavit. Upon hearing such pastimes, one becomes dedicated to Krishna. Service to Shri Radha and Krishna is filled with the sweetest nectar of prema, and to become established in service to them is the purpose of life. One can achieve this after the removal of all one's anarthas through the process of Bhakti Yoga, the essence of all truths. Panchakalpatarvyasya kripa sindhuveva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namah. Haribo.